Hey, what's going on, people? It's Leechman, and I'm back with another commentary. And this commentary popped into my head while I was working out, and it's because of a song that started playing while I was working out. The song is "Shallow" by Andy Mineo. And basically, I don't know about you guys, but have you ever had some of those conversations with your mom, or mainly your mom, where you talk about some of the deepest stuff, really good conversations about God, about life, about different things. And then she asks you that one question that I don't know about y'all, but for me, it's a dreaded question. I don't like talking about it because I don't feel like it is of importance yet. I don't know. But she had basically the question is, do you have a girlfriend? Do you have anybody important in your life? And at that point, the conversation just kind of downhill and goes down the drain, and you're basically not even like trying to have any more conversation. You're just kind of like, no, not really, but I'm trying to do this, do that, do this and the other, trying to hit my checklist. You start listing off all these stuff off. You start listing off stuff, and if you listen to sometimes when I'm thinking about, like I said, the checklist, it's like, then you think about checklist. What exactly is your checklist? And you're like, you end up, I realized, or the song helped me realize, that my checklist is extremely shallow, man. It's like I feel like I judge girls based not on who they are, but on their exterior. I feel like I tend to write off those who don't have a banging body or something like that, I tend to write off girls who may not necessarily have the curves with the stuff and all the glitz and the glam and all that stuff. And to be honest, all that is vain. It doesn't last. It never stays. And so why do I put so much emphasis on those things? Why do I put so much of thought on just that alone? And it just hit me while I was listening to the song, because everything in this world will end, or everything in this world changes. Nothing is constant. So if you married somebody, or if I married somebody based on how they look today, that's not going to be the same way how they look tomorrow. And then you can fall into this dreaded cycle, that very destructive cycle, where you end up you end up dating girls or going out with girls just for how they look, and then there's always somebody else. There's always somebody who will look better. There's always somebody who does something nicer and stuff like that. And you, instead of looking at what they have on the inside, if you play that kind of game where you're just like, she looks so good, she doesn't, and stuff like that, you end up in this cycle where you're always looking at something, looking for something new. You're always looking for something that looks better than what you currently have. And it's something that I have to watch myself on. And another part of that was, another reason that this commentary and this thing really hit me, is that recently two of my best friends in the world got married recently. Both of them are having babies, and it kind of hit me in a, how do I put this? It hit me in a weird spot where I'm hearing about all these people from high school getting married and having kids and all this stuff, and it kind of put stuff, it didn't really put it in perspective, but it put stuff into new light and brought stuff that I haven't never thought about before into new light. And I began to question some things. It became like, so dude, what are you doing anyway? Like, why is it taking you this long to even have a girlfriend and stuff? And it's starting to be like, man, maybe you just need to go for the next thing at hand. And I know I don't need to do that. I know that there's something better waiting for me. I don't need to rush what God has destined for me. I don't need to rush into something that I don't need. There's a Bible verse, I believe it's Songs of Solomon 8:4, and it says something about, do not activate love before it is time. It's not exactly that. That's not how that's not the quotation of it. That's my paraphrase of it. And it's basically saying, don't take what isn't ready yet. Don't chase what isn't ready for you to have opened up for you, because it's not prepared for you yet. So me chasing after some of these things is just another way of me saying, I don't need it yet, to be honest. I don't feel like it is time for me yet. In this season right now, this season is a season for school. I'm almost done with college. Graduate college first of all, and then go back for my master's, which is the next thing, or by the grace of God, get a great job and go back for my master's, get my master's done, and stuff like that. That's the season that I'm in right now. I don't think that it's time for me yet. I don't know what God's timeline is. I'm hoping that my timeline and his timeline matches up. But he can always throw somebody out there, and she would be the person that I've always dreamed about. It could happen, but I don't feel like at this very moment in time, I don't think this is the time for me. It is not. I don't feel this is the time for me to do that. And it took realization by listening to her to come to this point and say, you know what? It's not yet time. It's not yet due season for me to start these things, because I don't think I need it yet. But it was one of those things that has been pondering and bound to think about it in a sense. But anyway, that's all I have for y'all. And if you didn't get anything that I was mumbling and bumbling about, don't chase what is not yet prepared for you. Don't chase and get something that is not in its own season. Fall will always be in fall. Spring will always be in spring. You can't expect the grass to turn green in fall and it to turn brown in spring. They have their seasons for a reason. But anyway, that's all I have for y'all. God bless y'all. Peace.